going to the airport. You just left me here on my own and went on your honeymoon with your bride. When you were young, I was the only woman in your life. It was such a wonderful time. Now you've grown up and you've run off with this woman of yours. I was shocked when you said you were getting married. I was worried because I knew it meant you were leaving me. Now you've gone on a honeymoon with her. Do you know why your mother is upset about this? I feel like there is a hole in my heart. I feel that something special has been taken from me. Mother, can you be a little more mature about this? It's only natural that one day your son grows up and marries a woman. It was almost too much to bear at the wedding. You were really crying too much. Everyone was looking at you and I didn't know how to react. I wonder what the guests thought of my mother crying so much. It really caused a scene. I honestly don't care what people thought of me. Let them talk. My heart was hurting so much. I couldn't help how I felt. It was just a natural reaction from a loving mother when seeing her son get married. But why do you need to get so upset over it? From now on, you won't be looking after me like in the old days. You'll just have to get used to it. You don't need to concern yourself with how I am. How can I stop caring about you? I'm your mother. I don't even accept your wife yet. I'm not sure about her. I'm not sure that she's the right girl for you. Maybe you could have done better and got yourself a nicer girl. She isn't a well-educated girl and she doesn't come from a good family. There is nothing outstanding about her in my opinion. Why did you have to get married to her? I can't fully understand it. I'm also concerned about her ability to be a good housewife. Can she cook and clean to a high standard? Is she going to be the right woman to care for you? I'm not so sure. For the time being, I suggest that I also live with you, just to make sure things are going okay. What are you talking about? Live with us? Why would you want that? We don't need you to micromanage our lives. It's time to let go. You should move your belongings to my house as soon as possible. That way we can live together as one big happy family with Mother looking after you. No, not a chance. Or better yet, why don't I bring my stuff over to your house and live with you? I've always liked the idea of living in your home. It's such a nice house. Mom, just wait a moment. I haven't even had a chance to discuss this with my wife. At the very least, I'll have to ask her opinion and then get back to you. I don't think she'll be happy about this proposal, but who knows what she'll think of it. Are you trying to say that you don't like the idea of living with your mother? I looked after you from when you were young, and now you're going to leave me on my own like this. Are you saying that now you've got married, you don't need your mother anymore? How cruel! That's not exactly what I'm trying to say. Please don't read into this too much. If we are going to live together, then I'll need the approval of my wife first. I'm not really keen on the idea, but I'll have to see what she says. I can't just agree something with you and not consult my wife. We are only going on our honeymoon now. We only just got married. How can you move in now? It's too early. We only just got married and you're being so demanding. Can't you just give us some space? If you're happy, then why wait for her opinion? You can decide for yourself and she'll just have to get used to it. I suggested it to her before and she didn't seem bothered by the idea. You mean you've already spoken to her about this? Yes, we spoke before. I would say she was okay with the idea. I asked her about it at the wedding and she looked happy about the suggestion. She was smiling about it. I could help her to become a good housewife. If you don't believe me, then maybe you should go and ask her yourself. I will do. If she's okay with it, then I guess I'll have to agree. But promise me one thing. My wife is a kind and delicate woman. If you move in, then please don't be too hard on her. Don't argue too much and don't boss her around. Of course I'll be nice to her. What are you expecting me to do? I'll be gentle with her. I just want to make sure she knows how to keep my son happy. I'll teach her everything she needs to know to be a loving and loyal wife. What is this? Are you expecting forcing me to eat this scrap of bread! Is this all there is for me? Yes, there's some jam and milk in the fridge as well. You can eat them all together. I'm sure it'll taste really good. I'm sorry I didn't have any time to prepare something better. I had to leave for work this morning, so I didn't have any time. You'll just have to make do with that, I'm afraid. Is this what you've been feeding my son? You think this is good enough? Yes, we eat the same things. He likes it. What on earth is wrong with you? Have you gone crazy? My son has a great job and he is busy all day. He doesn't have time to cook for himself, so he's dependent on you. He needs high-quality food, but instead you give him this trash. As far as I'm concerned, this is not good enough and you have to improve your cooking. How can he get by on this? It's not good enough. My son lived at home with me for many years and I never gave him something so awful to eat. Oh, really? Well, you're a really great mother, aren't you? So nice to hear that you're a great cook. I always have milk and bread in the morning. It's easy to make and I don't think it's bad for you. In fact, I think it's nutritious. There's much worse you could eat. I think different people have different tastes and habits. I think this is good enough for us two, so maybe you should be happy with it. I don't see any reason to change. Why on earth did he marry you? I think he deserves a woman who puts a lot more effort into preparing food. I think you need to change your ways. You need to put my son first. He should be the center of your life. You got married and then you just carry on as if you are the most important person in your life. That's not the case anymore. Now that you're married, he should be the most important person to you. My son always had a proper breakfast when he lived at home with me. I would always get up early to prepare something nice for him to eat. Now he's married to you and you just give him a piece of bread. He deserves better than this. It's like you don't even care about him. Okay, I think you've said enough. Maybe you do have a point. What exactly do you think I should prepare for breakfast? Can you give me some suggestions, please? You should cook some meat and a few vegetables for him to eat. It needs to have a good portion of protein in it, otherwise he'll get hungry before lunchtime. Maybe some fresh fruits as well to provide some vitamins. Why not steak? If that's too much for you, then give him something like eggs. High in fat and protein, sure to keep him full until he gets his next meal. If you really wanted to be a good wife, then you could cook fish. How about a piece of salmon for breakfast? That would be really healthy. Full of omega-3. Personally, I don't think it's that difficult to make these things. If you think it's hard, then maybe you need to do a bit of practice. Wow, that sounds really impressive. You're certainly not holding anything back when it comes to breakfast. It seems you have really good cooking skills. You must be very disciplined to get up every morning and cook something like that. And if you've been doing that since he was born, then I'm really impressed. I don't think it's difficult. It's just what you should do for a loved one. If you're really struggling, then maybe I could teach you. I've been doing this for many years, so I know how to cook a thing or two myself. All you need to do is ask, and I can come over and give you a lesson. Okay, well, thank you for the offer. It's really kind of you. I should really follow your example. You are clearly a devoted mother, and I guess I could learn something from you. How about tomorrow morning? What about tomorrow morning? What will I cook? Yes, what are you going to make tomorrow? I want you to improve as soon as possible. Well, I don't really know now. You've only just spoken to me about this, so I haven't really had time to plan. But you have got me thinking, so I guess I'll get something sorted in the near future. And I've never even cooked salmon before, so I'm not really sure what to do. I could probably fry an egg or something, but I'll have to learn how to do the other things. If you hate toast so much, what do you eat yourself in the morning? Don't you find it difficult to get up so early in the morning and start cooking? You have to get all the ingredients together and do all the cooking. It takes a lot of time and energy to get it done. You must be a very industrious person to do all that. You've been doing it your whole life. That's really impressive if you ask me. It's really not that hard if you put your mind to it. You just have to be disciplined with yourself and get into a routine. Once you do that, you shouldn't have a problem. I can't even imagine not having a properly prepared meal every morning. What kind of a person does that? I'm really sorry about it. It seems I'm not quite as capable as you. How about the other things you have to do? Who does that? The ironing, for example. Do you do the ironing? The ironing? I have to do the ironing? When the shirts come out of the wash, they seem to be okay. Only a few minor creases, and if I hang them up, they seem to go away on their own. What? You don't even iron? Aren't the clothes all creased and scruffy looking? What do people think when you go to work with shirts that aren't ironed? They won't respect you or take you seriously. Sorry, I've never done the ironing before, so I don't really know what to do. Is it difficult to learn? I didn't think it was needed, so I never bothered to learn myself. It's not hard. It's really easy. You just plug the iron in and wait until it's hot. Then you run the iron over the clothes until the wrinkles are ironed out. Have you really never done that before? Oh, I see. It doesn't sound too difficult. Maybe I could learn how to do that myself. Can I give you the shirts to iron? Maybe you could do it. I don't actually know how to do it myself, and I'm worried that I might damage the shirts if I get it wrong. Some of the shirts are expensive, you see. Maybe you could do it, at least for the first few times, until I know how to do it myself. I really don't know how I could live without you. Why are you asking me to do it? You should really be able to do it yourself. Sorry about that, but I'm just not sure what to do. You can teach me in the future. Okay, well, the first step is that you get up early tomorrow morning. I will teach you what to do. We can go step by step until it comes naturally to you. Okay, that sounds like a reasonable idea. I've been living with you for a while now, and I just can't take it anymore. Every time you go to work, you make so much noise, and it really disturbs me. Mom, what's the problem? Have you spoken to my wife? I thought you were happy living here. I know she's really happy. She's going to be so disappointed if you move out. If you just move out all of a sudden, then it's going to be really sad for us. We should all talk about it together. Maybe we can work something out. If we're really bothering you, then I'm sure we can come to some kind of a compromise. Maybe we can just adjust a little bit to better suit you. Don't bother contacting her. There's no point. I've already decided what I want to do. I don't want to speak to her. In fact, I don't want to see her again. She's really been getting on my nerves as of late. I've had enough. What did she do wrong? How can you be so unhappy all of a sudden? Aren't you overreacting a little bit? You really don't want to talk to her? I thought we were all getting along well together. I didn't realize that you were so unhappy. She might be a nice girl, but she's so useless at everything. She doesn't understand me, and I don't understand her. There is no connection between us, and no matter how I try, I just can't seem to develop one in her. I have no problem communicating with her myself. I find that conversation flows naturally between the two of us. I've no idea why you feel so differently about it. I think she has really been trying to get along with you. She's been so eager to learn from you and listen to you. I think you're being a bit mean to her. How old are you? You just don't understand why I'm so unhappy. I've been alive all these years, and I've never met someone as slow-witted as you. Do you have to be so blunt about everything? What if my wife knew you were talking about her like this? She'd be really upset about the whole thing. You and her have never argued before, and she has done everything she can to be nice to you. Every time you told her she was doing something wrong, she listened to you and tried to improve herself. I think she's been really good to you, and this is how you return the favor. I think you're very lucky to have such a patient daughter-in-law. That's exactly what I can't stand about her. No matter what I say, she just smiles and says sorry. She doesn't seem to be bothered about what I say. One time she didn't do the cleaning properly. I shouted at her and told her what to do. She just smiled and got on with it. Does she not respect me? Is she not scared of me? When your mother-in-law is angry, you should at least be a little bit scared. When I was younger, I was terrified of my mother-in-law. If she shouted at me, I would start crying. But your wife does nothing. She doesn't even care. Where did you find this girl? Last night, I was so angry because she hadn't done the cleaning as well as I would have liked. I spoke to her sternly and told her I was going to bed. She didn't even care! She just said, "Good night." She's treating you like this because she respects you. She knows that you're my mother and that you want the best for me. I think she understands when you get angry and just forgives you. She's really happy to learn from others and improve herself. This is one of the reasons why I married her. She's a really lovely girl and you should be happy about that. Even if someone gets angry, if they are family, then you should be able to forgive them. I think that's why she does it. If you leave us, then she's going to be really unhappy. Can't you be a little bit more forgiving? Can't you accept her for the girl she is? Not a chance. I've already decided that I don't want to live here any longer and I'm leaving as soon as I can. I'll leave her to be with you. You can get along with your lives just how you wish. You won't get any more advice from your mother. I've helped you a lot, but I won't be doing so from now on. Also, don't try and get me to come back. I know that you're going to miss me when I'm gone, but you'll just have to get by on your own. If that girl forgets to get up in the morning and stops making you a nice breakfast, then don't blame me. I did a lot for you, but I'm not doing it anymore. So you're really going? You're just going to walk away? We've talked about this enough, and I think I've made my feelings very clear. I don't want to live in the same house as that girl anymore. I want to be alone. I'll just leave you alone to be with her. It seems you care more about her than you do about me. Don't contact me for a while either. I need some time alone. I just want to live quietly on my own. I was at work that day, so I wasn't around when my mother left. She packed up her things and moved out that day. When I got home, all I found was a piece of bread and some milk. She left it on the table and didn't eat it. I almost cried when I realized that she had left us. I felt that we had a really nice time living together. At first, I was not impressed by the idea, but when it happened, it was actually quite enjoyable. It was also difficult to talk to my wife about it. She is going to be really sad now my mom is gone. My wife didn't have a mother when she was growing up, so it was especially painful for her. I think it reminded her of that time. Even though my mother would moan and shout all the time, it was nice to have a mother living with us. I think my mother missed out. She was so lucky to have such a nice daughter-in-law, but she still couldn't be happy. It's sad for us, but I think we can learn to forgive as time goes by. For the time being, we'll just have to get by on our own. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hey, Faye.
Yeah?
How many kidneys do you have?
What?
I said how many.
Okay, 2, like normal people.
All right, good.
Okay, why did you ask me that?
'Cause you need to give me one.
What? Is this related to the doctor's appointment you had the other day?
Yep, it turns out that I've got some serious issues with my kidneys. If I leave it untreated, I could get kidney failure, which can lead to death. So apparently, I need a kidney transplant.
No way, oh my god. No wonder you've been going to the toilet more often. And all that time you said you were tired and weak. That makes sense now. Are you okay?
Yeah, I will be if my transplant surgery goes well. But until then, I'm gonna have to keep going to the doctors for exams and all that. I've got an appointment next week, and I need to tell them that I can make you my donor.
What? Well, hold on a minute.
I know we have the same blood type, so we need to make sure that your kidneys are viable.
Well, just cause we have the same blood type, that surely doesn't mean that my kidney is the right fit for you. And hold on, this is going too fast.
No, you need to take this test called HLA. It's basically a blood test. And they'll find out your tissue type and see if the kidney is safe to transplant into me. Okay?
But mine?
Yes, yours. I'd rather have a kidney from someone I know than a random stranger. And you owe me, so you're the only one who can do this for me.
So you want me to give you one of my kidneys to you?
Damn right, Faye. And before you even think about objecting to it, you will. You married me till death do us part. You swore an oath.
Wow, I think I preferred you when you were weak and tired.
I am still feeling weak and tired. Do you even understand how stressful all of this is for me? I am pissed that I have to go through this. Me, out of all people? Me? I've been healthy all my life, and this? God wants me to go through this?
Yeah, I'm sorry you have to go through this.
At least he's not making me go through this alone. I'm taking you down with me, Faye.
Well, hold your horses now. I haven't agreed to it yet. You dropped this onto me out of the blue. I definitely need time to think this through.
What's there to think about? All you gotta do is give me one of your kidneys and I live. It's as simple as that.
You just sound so obnoxious and self-deserving right now, Paul.
What did you just say to me?
I just meant for you to not assume that I'll do this for you. Don't jump to conclusions, okay? This is a huge deal we're talking about. It's not like I'm lending you money or a book or anything like that, okay? This is an organ transplant. It's a huge deal.
And that's exactly why you have to do it.
Let's not rush into things, okay? Okay, I understand you're not in the right headspace, but let's just think about this more carefully.
You're a useless piece of trash, you know that?
What? How does that make me a piece of trash?
You have no use in this world. The best you can do to make yourself useful is to save me. So you'd better give me your goddamn kidneys. Or God forbid, I swear I'll divorce you any minute now.
Okay, well, that's not exactly a nice way to ask your wife, you know? You could ask me nicely.
Oh, just shut your mouth, woman. I provide everything for you. You're living and breathing because of me. This is the best way you can thank me.
Well, then you need to start appreciating me more then. Especially if you might be living and breathing through my kidneys. Quite literally.
Shut up and make a doctor's appointment right now, Faye. I'm gonna text you the details of my kidney transplant clinic. So call them. Make an appointment with them. Take that blood test, and just do whatever you gotta do and give me your goddamn kidneys. I've told you a million times that I know that your kidneys are viable. You're my wife, but you're gonna be my donor too. So you'd better start acting like one.
No, I am not going to agree to this. First of all, I have no idea what this is going to mean for me.
It means you'll be saving your husband from dying. Do you want me to die, or what?
I mean for myself. You haven't told me anything about what the donor has to go through. The after effects, the long-term effects, and whatnot. I need to look into this first until I know what I'll be getting myself into. And besides, I'm probably not the only one who can spare a kidney for you. I'm sure there's a waiting list somewhere from someone who's more suited to be your donor.
You're my wife. Are you telling me that you can't save your husband from dying? Do you need to think twice about it, huh?
Not when you're treating me like trash, Paul. Our relationship has gone sour for God knows how long. You treat me like a piece of garbage all the time, and besides, you weren't there for me when I needed help before. Do you remember when I had appendicitis? I was in so much pain at the time. Like, literally, I was in excruciating pain, and you didn't do anything to help me. You just stood there sneering and left me there in the living room while I had to take myself to the ER.
Oh, that. I remember. Wow, that was a long time ago. That did happen, huh? Ah, that was classic. The way that you were crouching down on the floor like some unborn fetus. And your face. That was epic.
Yeah, I almost lost consciousness because of it, and you didn't do anything. I could have died right then and there.
And you friggin' should have. And then I would have gotten all of your life insurance money. And it could have covered the costs for my kidney transplant and all of my medical bills.
Wow, I did not just hear that from you.
Well, you just did. And I meant every word of it.
Just... wow. You're the meanest person I've ever met in my entire life. How can you say that to anyone, let alone me, and I'm your wife?
'Cause it's the truth, you fat, ugly cow. Anyway, that's all in the past. We're talking about today. Right now. And let's not forget that appendicitis isn't life-threatening, really, is it? But my condition is. I could seriously die.
If appendicitis is left untreated, then that could lead to death too. Dum-dum. The appendix can actually burst and cause potentially life-threatening infections.
Oh, so you're a doctor now. Oh, just shut the hell up, woman. We're talking about me now, all right?
Well, in any case, you're not getting any closer to getting what you're asking for with that kind of tone you're using. Do you think that you're making me want to give up my organs for someone who calls me a fat, ugly cow? You've got to be kidding me. Do you think I'm going to do this for you? Ever?
And do you think you have a choice in this? You're my wife, and you do as I say.
You think you can treat my life like it doesn't mean anything to you and expect me to treat yours like it matters? You think you're that deserving, do you?
Of course I do. Who do you think provides for you here, huh? How do you think you get to have a roof over your head? It's because of my money. You spend my money on your food and everything else you need to live on.
So what, just because you earn more than me, that means nothing? Or what, you think you control me now?
Heck yeah, I do. You're mine. I own you.
I am not going to take this anymore. I'm going to stand up for myself, and I'm definitely not going to be giving you my kidney.
Heh, fine. You a witch. If that's how you're gonna play this game, then so be it. I've got my ways too, you fool.
Hi guys, my name is Faye, and I'm 29. I know this is lame, and it's so embarrassing, but Paul and I got married through sort of like an arranged marriage. I know. Who does that in this day and age, right? But my parents knew his parents, and they both thought it would be a match made in heaven. We both love our parents, and of course we wanted to please them. And back then, Paul and I actually got along well, so we just went for it, agreed to get married through this arrangement. But how wrong I was. Look at this. This is a nasty relationship. There is no care or love or respect between us. Just disrespect and him treating me like garbage. 2 years ago, I suffered from acute appendicitis, and I was going through the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life, and he just stood there laughing at me. Can you believe it? He could have called 911 or for any kind of help, but he didn't. Ever since then, every bit of my being has loathed Paul. He was so evil, and I definitely regret getting married to him. And I want a divorce right away. I know I deserve better than this. Also, to add salt to the wound, a few months after that painful incident, I found out that he was cheating on me too. And he actually had the audacity to blame me for it. He claims he cheated because I wasn't taking care of him. What the heck is that supposed to mean, right? I was the one who needed to be taken care of at that time, not him. I just can't believe it was one painful and stressful thing after another. But now it seems like the tables have turned a bit, and now he's the one suffering from some pain. Quite a lot of it, by the looks of it. He still seems like he has the energy to belittle me and be horrible toward me, though. But I'm going to take advantage of the situation and make him pay for everything. He has it coming. Just you watch.
Hey, Faye. How's it going? I bet you're enjoying being the center of attention, huh?
You son of a friggin' hobo! How could you do this to me?
Looks like it worked then. I thought you might enjoy this.
Why did you spread rumors about me like that to my teammates and other people at work? You know we work at the same office, and you know it's all a lie. It's not funny. How the heck would you know about how many men I've slept with anyway, and to claim that I slept with more than 10 this year? Behind your back? I am not a slut like that actual slut you cheated on me with.
Wow, rumors do spread like wildfire, huh?
You're the worst person ever. You know that people are going to think that of you too, right? That you're the worst husband ever to spread rumors like that about your wife?
Well, they don't know that the rumors came from me, do they? You know David Ferguson from your high school? He said that he knows you, so I had a nice chat with him.
Oh my god, he was in my class. He works with you? I've never seen him around at the office.
Yep, he works in my department, that's why. Man, he was so gullible. He believed every word I said about you, and how slutty you are. He even said it was probably because you were a good straight-A student at school that something changed like a switch. And you went the other way.
Oh my God, he was always nice to me. We were nice to each other. How could he believe that about me?
Oh, he swallowed it all pretty quick, I tell you. And lucky for me, he has a big mouth too. So if you want to thank me, then thank your high school mate. He's the one who's spreading it all over the office.
Oh my God, how could you do this to me?
See what happens if you disobey me?
Disobey you? I'm not your slave, Paul. I'm your wife.
A wife needs to be obedient then, don't they? And you're anything but that. So you get what you deserve, you fool.
This is what I deserve, is it? Take it back, Paul. Take everything back. The rumors, the nasty names that you call me, and everything.
A what, Faye? What's a dumb bozo airhead like you gonna do, huh? Cry like you always do?
I have a right to decide what I want to do with my life. If I don't want to give my kidney to save your stupid behind, then that's my choice. Go and look somewhere else for help.
You're a pathetic wife, Faye, you know that? I own you. You do as I say.
Unbelievable. I can't believe I ever married someone like you.
Ditto, I need a good wife, not some selfish dumb fool of a cow. If you thought that this was gonna end here, you better watch your back, Faye. You give me that kidney or I'm gonna make the situation way worse.
Are you threatening me? Haven't you had enough of this?
Do I look like I'm done? Yo, baby, I'm just getting started here.
You really are unbelievable. Fine. If you're going to treat me like this, then I've got things up my sleeve too.
Oh, really? Should I be scared now? Are you gonna get the flood works going? 'Cause to hell with you with that. I don't give a freaking crap if you weep till your eyes pop out.
Just you watch, Paul. You're not going to get away with this.
No, boo-hoo, give me a break. I don't have time for empty bozo threats from you. Gotta go now. Faye, what the heck is this? What did you just file against me? Did you press these charges?
Oh, I'm surprised you got them quickly.
This is stupid as heck. This better be a joke. And you better drop these charges right now, you whore. What if my colleague saw this on my desk? You idiot. What the heck do you think you're doing to me?
You see, Paul, I've lawyered up and I've been consulting him about you.
What the heck do you mean by that? You son of a witch.
You're going to be investigated and my lawyer is going to take this up in court.
What the heck did I do to you, huh?
You've been harassing me nonstop with your verbal abuse day in and day out, which counts as domestic abuse. You just spread rumors about me at the office, which is defamation. You left me lying there when I was in excruciating pain and needed medical attention, and that was emotional neglect. All of this has caused a lot of emotional distress for me, and it was about time I put a stop to this.
And you thought lawyering up was gonna stop me, huh?
Oh, yes, it will. I'm getting a restraining order against you, so you can't come anywhere near me.
What the?
You've left ripple effects at my workplace, and I might even get fired because of those rumors you spread at work.
Just tell them it's not true then.
They won't believe me, and what if my clients find out? It's too personal and too absurd of a rumor. It makes me look so unprofessional and affects the business big time.
It's just a rumor, for crying out loud. People will forget it over time. Just take a chill pill and relax. You didn't have to go to a lawyer for this. Oh, this is dumb.
You don't get it, do you? That's not the only thing here. On top of domestic abuse, you're going to be charged with defamation at the workplace and cheating.
What? Cheating isn't illegal.
I don't care. I'm going to find every possible way to incriminate every single thing you've done to hurt me, petty or not.
Ah, Faye, come on. I'm sick. Who knows? I could die right now. That's not how you should be treating your husband. calm down and wake up. We need to focus on that kidney transplant that I need to get. Not some charges you're gonna press against me.
Hell no! I told you I'm not going to do this for you. Ask your parents.
They can't. Theirs is too old and incompatible or something.
And how about that girl you were seeing behind my back? If she was good enough to sleep with you, then maybe she's good enough to give you her kidneys, right?
You're just being dumb as usual now. She left me as soon as I told her about my situation. She didn't want anything to do with a cripple.
Oh, well, that's too bad for you, isn't it?
Oh, just shut it. I know you have a healthy kidney, damn it.
And I sure as hell am gonna keep it that way.
What do you want from me, Faye? I'm your dying husband in need of his wife's help. And you ain't giving it to me.
Why should I? If people saw the way you've been treating me, no one would.
What do you want? You want me to apologize?
Sure, you could start with that.
Then I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Faye, okay. See? There. Happy now?
That was the least heartfelt apology I've ever heard from anyone. It's ridiculous how you can even call that an apology.
Then what, Faye? What do you want me to do about that, huh?
Just stay out of my life.
What?
I told you, I don't want to be with you anymore.
You want a divorce?
Oh no, we're about to be divorced soon.
What? What do you mean?
Remember ages ago, you threatened me to divorce me and you signed those divorce papers?
Yeah?
Well, I kept them and signed them off a few months ago. A divorce is already in the works. We're getting divorced as soon as the family court approves of it.
What the? Why the heck did you do that? You know I did that to scare you.
Well, I did it because I really want a divorce and stay the heck away from you.
No, you can't be serious with me, Faye. You didn't really turn in those divorce papers, right? Are they even valid? I signed them months ago.
Oh, yes, they are. I didn't have the date, so I just wrote it in the day I sent it off.
Dude, this can't be real. You can't live without me, and you know that.
Who says? You know I have a job.
But I earn more than you.
So what? I can still get by? So long as I'm not with you, I'll take any kind of hardship in life.
What the? Were you planning this the whole time? You've always wanted a divorce, didn't you?
Oh yes, Paul. A very long time. And now I'm finally doing something about it, and it's going to be the best decision I'll ever make.
Oh no, come on, Faye. Are you gonna leave your sick husband behind like this?
Oh, didn't you do the same to me when I had my appendicitis? Just left me there to rot in the living room? I'm only doing what you did to me, but 100 times worse so that I can get back at you for what you did to me.
All right. And look, you got me. Okay? Happy now? Can we just call it truce?
Truce? You think that'll do?
Sure, why not? Every marriage goes through stuff, and this is ours. I'm being nice to you here and letting you win, so just take it, Faye.
Hell no, Paul. I am done with you. Go through my lawyer if you need to talk to me.
Oh, come on. Let's hash this out one-on-one. Like real adults, yeah?
No. From what I've experienced being married to you, I have no idea how to talk to someone like an adult.
Okay, then look. You got me, all right? I'll be nicer to you. Just like when we met back then, huh? We can't get divorced, okay? That's not gonna happen.
Oh, yes it will, Paul.
Your parents wouldn't like that, right? Mine wouldn't either, and you know that. We can't disappoint them, right? Let's have a do-over and do this properly. What do you say?
Nope, I'm not going to fall for that anymore. I've given you one too many chances, and you've gotten away with things one too many times, but not this time. You can say all you want, but I'm not going to change my mind about this.
No, come on, Faye.
I hope no one gives you their kidneys because you don't deserve it. And I hope you'll fry in hell.
Faye, come on. Don't be like this. Faye! Faye?
So after this text conversation, I filed charges against Paul, and I managed to get a restraining order too. My divorce looks like it's been processed, so all I have to do is wait for that. In the meantime, Paul now has to pay a hefty fine for the disorderly conduct, which consisted of spreading false rumors with an intent to cause harm to me. Also for the emotional damages for the consistent verbal abuse, and for threatening me to give him my kidney for his transplant. And speaking of that, he's still waiting for a donor match, and so in the meantime, he's having to go in and out of hospital to get treatments. I bet the hospital fees are expensive, especially when it's on top of his other fines he has to pay for. He should at least be thankful that there's no jail time involved. Although, I think he should have, just to make sure he's punished and learns a lesson. But oh well, a heavy fine and his debilitating sickness should be enough to make him reflect on his actions toward me. Now that I have a restraining order against Paul, I don't have much to worry about, which is great. So now I'm going to focus on moving on with my life, starting with finding a nice, new, and cozy place to live, all on my own without having anyone to boss me around. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please like it and see you in the next one.